Have you ever wondered why we're all so obsessed with money? Why we spend our entire lives chasing pieces of paper or digital numbers? The official story is that it's a medium of exchange, a convenient way to trade goods. But what if I told you the true origin of money is far stranger, far more ancient, and has nothing to do with economics? What if it's a trap set for us hundreds of thousands of years ago by beings not from this world? Today, we're rediving deep into the theory of the Anunnaki gold trap and exploring the possibility that our entire financial system was designed to keep us enslaved. Let's travel back in time, about 450,000 years. According to ancient Sumerian texts, translated by scholars like Zecharia Sitchin, our solar system was visited by an advanced race of beings from a planet called Nibiru. These beings were the Anunnaki, which translates to those who from heaven to earth came. Nibiru, their home world, was in crisis. Its atmosphere was rapidly deteriorating, exposing the surface to lethal cosmic radiation. Their scientists came up with a desperate, ambitious plan: create a shield of suspended gold particles in their upper atmosphere to reflect the sun's harsh rays and save their world. There was just one problem. Nibiru didn't have enough gold. So, the Anunnaki embarked on a cosmic journey, searching for a planet rich in this precious metal. Their search led them here, to a beautiful blue and green world teeming with life, a planet they called Ki, which we know as Earth. They found what they were looking for. Earth had vast, untapped veins of gold. The initial expedition, led by a commander named Enki, landed in what is now the Persian Gulf and established their first base, Eridu, meaning home in the faraway. They began the arduous task of mining the gold themselves. But the Anunnaki were a ruling class, not laborers. The work was difficult, morale plummeted, and soon the miners rebelled against their leaders. They needed a new solution. They needed a workforce. This is where the story takes a turn that directly involves us. Enki, a brilliant genetic scientist, saw a potential solution in the primitive hominids already evolving on Earth. The plan was controversial, but desperation drove them forward. They decided to upgrade the existing life forms. The Anunnaki took their own DNA and combined it with the DNA of these early humans. Through genetic engineering, they created a new being, intelligent enough to understand commands and skilled enough to perform complex tasks, yet subservient enough to be controlled. They created us, Homo sapiens, the first primitive workers. Our original purpose, according to these ancient tablets, was singular: to toil in the mines and dig up gold for our creators. We were, in essence, a slave race. For thousands of years, humanity served the Anunnaki, mining gold across Africa, Mesopotamia, and South America. The Anunnaki were seen as gods, powerful beings who came from the sky, and we were their loyal servants. They taught us basic agriculture and construction, just enough to sustain ourselves and build cities around their mining operations. We lived under their direct rule. But eventually, the Anunnaki's mission was largely complete. They had gathered enough gold, and internal conflicts and the cyclical passage of their home planet Nibiru led most of them to leave Earth. This is where the gold trap was set. The Anunnaki needed a system of indirect control, a self-perpetuating mechanism that would keep humanity working forever. They introduced the concept of money. They took the very substance we were forced to mine for them, gold, and assigned it a supreme value. Gold became the ultimate symbol of wealth, power, and security. Then they created systems of currency and debt based on this gold standard. Suddenly, humans were no longer just mining for the gods. We were mining and working for ourselves, or so we thought. We were working to earn these tokens, which we needed to trade for food, shelter, and everything else required for survival. The system was ingenious. The Anunnaki were gone, but their control structure remained. We went from being physical slaves in a mine to being economic slaves in a global system. We were given the illusion of freedom. We could choose our jobs. We could earn a living. We could even accumulate wealth. But the fundamental structure was the same. We still spend the best hours of our day, the best years of our lives, working. Not for a divine master standing over us with a whip, but for a piece of paper or a number on a screen. That represents the very thing our species was created to acquire for them. The trap is that we believe this is our system. We believe this is freedom. We fight wars over it. We build empires on it. We dedicate our lives to it, all while unknowingly continuing the original mission. Think about it. Why is gold still so valuable? It has some industrial and technological uses, sure, but its value far exceeds its practical application. Its value is cultural, historical, and deeply embedded in our collective psyche. We are conditioned to desire it, to see it as the ultimate store of wealth. This obsession isn't natural. It's programmed. The entire modern financial system, from Wall Street to your local bank, can be seen as an evolution of this initial control mechanism. We've moved from gold coins to paper currency, and now to digital currency, but the core principle is unchanged. It's a system designed to keep us perpetually busy, distracted, and competing with each other for resources, ensuring we never have the time or unity to question the very nature of our reality or origins. We are born into this system, and most people never question it. We go to school to learn how to be a productive part of the system. We get a job, we pay taxes, we fall into debt, and we work to pay it off. It's a cycle, a hamster wheel. We are so busy trying to survive within the game that we never stop to ask who created the game and why. The Anunnaki gold trap theory suggests that our entire civilization is built on a foundation of ancient servitude, brilliantly disguised as progress and freedom. It's a provocative idea, and of course, it challenges everything we've been taught about history and economics. But looking at the world around us, the endless cycle of work and debt, the inexplicable value of a shiny yellow metal ... you have to wonder, are we truly free? Or are we still working for the gods long after they've gone home? What do you think? Is this just a wild conspiracy theory? Or could there be a grain of truth in these ancient Sumerian stories? Does the idea of an Anunnaki gold trap resonate with how you see the world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a fascinating subject to explore, and questioning the foundations of our society is the first step toward true understanding. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into our hidden history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives. Until next time.